again, I never know when Steam is actually going to go live and what moment it's actually going to go live. It might have already gone live while I was being silly, but welcome to my stream. This is episode 9 of Shenmue. We're on disc 1, disc 1, we're on the first game. Definitely would be disc 3 if this was Dreamcast. But we're on the first game and we've got a bunch to catch up on. Now, first, before I get started, let me tell you my Twitch streaming update. So on Twitch, I updated the schedule of this week's streams, because tomorrow I will not stream, though I will normally stream on Thursdays. Tomorrow I'm not going to stream because Thanksgiving, right? I'm gonna spend time with family, so that will be awesome. However, I did, rather than canceling it, there's this feature where you could kind of skip the next broadcast. So that was pretty cool. I thought that at least I didn't have to completely delete it off my roadmap. And then I've got interesting amount of followers just in a couple of weeks. I'm already on 14 followers, so huge thank you to everyone who watches these streams. 14 followers in such a short time is amazing. On my YouTube channel that I did for gaming when I first started, I only had about 5-6 subscribers for a couple of weeks, even though I was outputting live streams and videos on a consistent basis for all those weeks. But yet on Twitch here, a couple weeks later, I already got 14 of you to actually be like, you know what, I'm gonna follow this guy. So kudos to you. You definitely deserve credit for that. So, and onto it. By the way, besides on my busy schedule with setting up these Twitch streams, writing a new episode for game sales that hopefully I'll have at the end of the week, I also uploaded a video yesterday for my camera channel, and I worked on a video today, and it was outputting in 8K, so I had it outputting in 8K, and here's a little preview of it. As it was outputting, I paused it because it said it was going to take another 6 hours before it would actually be ready to be posted. So I guess I'm going to have to post it tomorrow. And it's an 8K video, so I shouldn't be surprised. But this stream came first, so I paused it. I'm like, nope, we're doing this stream. So enough with that. On with the stream. So where are we in the story? Let me catch you up. So, and I'm learning how to summarize this story as much as possible, even after all the episodes. So, the protagonist, Ryo Hazuki, witnessed his father be murdered. Why? Because this guy murdered him to get a mirror and only found one mirror. And then he left. Ryo finds out that this guy's connected with the Chinese mafia. Ryo also finds out that his father might have killed someone that Landi knows, and that's the guy's name, Landi. And then it seems that this guy who's Chinese is possibly going to Hong Kong. After some investigations, Ryo finds out that he's connected with a gang called the Mad Angels, and the Mad Angels hang out near docks. So Ryo goes to the docks, and to be able to roam around there as he pleases and earn the trust of those that are there, he gets a job. So we completed day 1, and after day 1, Ryo got attacked and assaulted by the Mad Angels, but Ryo fought back and pretty much handled himself pretty well. So now this is going to be day 2 of his job in the docks. And in the morning, they have races. They do well, you'll see, forklift racing. So we're going to take it from there and continue. So let's see what happens. All right, let's get some nice sleep going on. Turn it around here. And let's have another day at the docks. So sleep. And what's interesting, each one of my live broadcasts, it seems that I play for a full day, and that's actually worked out like that. An hour is a full day in this game. What's going on now? Who's he dreaming about now? The Phoenix Mirror. And petals. These petals are falling from a mysterious tree. What is this tree? we'll find out soon enough. So it's the Phoenix Mirror connected to this mysterious tree that we've been looking at. So that's pretty cool. To dream about something that it's almost like he's psychic. Does Rio have a connection to his future? And why is he seeing this? So we're the Mad Angels, and Master Chen and the Mad Angels are rivals. So here we go, back to the harbor for another forklift race. Now, if you were here on the live stream yesterday, I won first place in the forklift race. So I got the little capsule toy that said number 1. Today I'm going to aim to get second place because I want to get all of them. So to get all of them, you have to get every place. So I'm going to aim for second place. And for all those who just joined the stream, welcome. We're just getting started here with the day. Forklift racing time. Almost on your mark. Almost time to go. And always start in last place. Come on, I got first place last time.
Ready, go!
Now the trick that I learned after playing these forklift races so much is that you want to avoid touching the other drivers as much as possible, and you want to avoid touching any corners or any obstacles, because that'll pretty much put you to a standstill. You can carry on to the back, but if they bash you right there, it just stops you at your tracks. And that's what you kind of want to avoid. Try not to contact them. Try to maneuver similar to the way they do to actually gain some good road work to be able to maneuver around these tricky corners. But I slowed down a little bit to let this guy kind of through, and then I do this little quick shortcut here. Shortcuts and really well-planned turns are absolutely crucial to these races too, because you don't accelerate pretty fast. You seem to be slightly faster than all the other drivers, which is convenient, but you're not that much faster. And one mistake would be really hard to recover from. As you see, this driver here is pretty much got me. Now, I could pretty much get first place again today if I want, but I'm going to tail back and not get first place because I want that number 2 forklift little capsule toy. But other than that, what's the point to these forklift races? I think from a storyline perspective, having forklift racing allows these guys to kind of like not only get used to driving their forklift all day, but have a little fun, get a little creative with what they do all day. Because you could imagine just lifting crates all day and delivering them to different warehouses on a daily basis can be a pretty mundane job. But if you have something to look forward to on a daily basis and talk about at lunchtime and say, okay, you know, you had me this time. Remember that last turn? That was pretty exciting. You know, I could have beaten you that time, but I just didn't. It's got to be a psychological game for these guys that helps them cope with the fact that they're in a somewhat dead-end job, and that this kid who's just turned 18 years old earlier in the month is wiping the floor with them when it comes to driving forklifts. I'm gonna let him get ahead of me so that I can get second place.
Oh man, so close, you almost had it. Here's your prize. Thanks.
So forklift number 2.
It's time for work. Let's get cracking. I'm ready. Today, you gotta take this cargo to warehouse number 3. Here's the map. Don't forget the quota. No problem. Okay, good luck.
So now, the constant job is, okay, take these crates, whoever put them here is a jerk, but take these crates and put them in this particular warehouse. But why would Rio even care about doing this job? Okay, definitely not going that way. The point is that because he knows that the Mad Angels, okay, these citizens are totally in my way. You're affecting my quota. Because Rio knows that the Mad Angels tend to pick on anyone who's delivering these crates, Rio wants to actually be picked on. He wants to meet the Mad Angels, and since they're pretty hidden, the only way that he's going to get any exposure to them is, of course, let me deliver some crates and do the job that I gotta do. And it's important too that you follow the path of the map, because one thing about this game is that it asks you to go a certain way in particular, so that certain particular story elements will happen. I probably went the wrong way. Yeah, this first time I should have gone the other way, but that's okay. No story elements ruined there. But if you, like, let's say I keep going the way that I did, it's potential that I could miss an event where I was supposed to bump into the Mad Angels. So then what would happen is that the game will make me do this same crate carrying to warehouse number 3 all over again on a daily basis until I take the right path. And I'd never know that I'm completely missing a story element to the game. Which is why, and after I learned that, I'm like, why the heck can't I beat this level? It keeps on repeating over and over again. It's like, dude, you gotta follow the map. And you wouldn't know that unless you like played the game and did it the right way. So I'm going this way, and I've got to go this way. And it's actually quicker too. I don't know why I didn't go that way to begin with. So, yep, long story, long work, long job. So what do you guys think of the story so far? Or at least how I present the material? Or is there anything that you want to know, that anybody wants to know about this game, as far as different story elements and different questions that revolve around the story? Just hit me up on the chat. It's not an active chat, but that's okay. As long as you guys are here and as long as you guys are having fun with me and watching, that's pretty much all that's important, and all that I really need is to just entertain you guys and have fun while I'm doing it. Because what better way to actually play a game, especially a game like Shenmue, than to actually play it online and stream it so that more than one person can enjoy it. I think that's fun. And if you're watching the afterplay on YouTube and you want to catch me live, go to my Twitch. I'm at twitch.tv/personalmagnus. I'm on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and usually Thursdays, but I'm not on Thanksgiving, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to definitely get my Shenmue on, because we're going to experience the whole story from Shenmue 1 to Shenmue 3. Now, what do you guys think would happen in the Shenmue anime? If you don't know, this game is actually going to be on Crunchyroll and on Adult Swim as an anime. So it's expected that the anime will tell the story that you guys are watching right now. So this is almost like a spoiler for the anime. And this game potentially could have more details than the anime could, because when you're trying to make an episodic content, you want to be as concise but tell the most entertaining story you possibly could. So I doubt that they're going to have forklift driving and jobs that'll actually be an entire episode. Whereas you guys here are seeing an entire episode that consists of me running a forklift the entire time. Now that anime, I think it's going to be at least completed, or at least the 10 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. 10 episode anime about Shenmue, or at least this story, will be, I think it'll be in 2021 that it comes out, but I could be wrong. Maybe 2022. I don't know how long it takes to write, direct, and then animate all of the episodes for some consumable comment in 10 episodes. But it's exciting that this story is actually getting the anime treatment, and that will help bring more excitement, more eyes to the franchise, and then of course, hopefully get some coherent story that has a chance of concluding, which would be fun. And if you don't know, this story has a lot to tell that was not completed in these games. So we're just going by what we know. And what we know right now is that Rio is, it says, Bozagi says, I think it's going to have 12 episodes. Okay, 12 episodes. That's even better than 10, to be totally honest. But what will that show actually give us? What will we get in that show? Dang, I turn around and I bump into a whole sign in my way. I think that in that series, I'm hoping that at the very least they give us some information and some scenes that we didn't get in this game, because there's a lot of events that happened outside of this game that we didn't get to see beforehand and afterwards. Now, I've spoken a lot about how Rio's father had a life in China before the events took place here. Now, what actually happened in China? Will we get any information? Maybe a sneak peek of information, because you can't reveal too much, since that would probably be a huge spoiler for a lot of the things that we always wanted answers on. But perhaps you might get some scene here or there that adds a little bit of an emotional connection to the story that'll get you even more involved, especially when the murder of Rio's dad takes place in the beginning. Every time I look away from the screen, I just drive straight towards a wall. Another event that we didn't get to see in this game when we started playing is Rio was essentially at a meetup with his friends because it was his birthday. Oh, lunchtime. It was like a little birthday celebration. And unfortunately, his birthday celebration ended in tragedy. So now he must have eaten his lunch, which I wonder what he ate. It doesn't show you anything of what he ate. But all the other guys are just gonna hang out and sit there.
Hey, Dio.
Yeah,
How you liking work?
it's okay, I suppose.
Well, I expect a lot from you, Dio.
Right, I'll do my best.
Dio, you got any brothers or sisters?
No. I don't really have a
I
family
don't really
anymore.
have family
Oh.
anymore.
Sorry to hear that.
So, no mom, no dad.
Hitoshi.
Hi, Rio, isn't it?
Yes,
I heard you helped out Mark yesterday.
it was nothing.
There's many mean-ass thugs in the harbor. Feels good to know there's someone like you around.
No, I'm not that strong.
I'm not that strong. Of course not.
Takeuchi-san.
Yo, you ate already?
Yeah,
Alpha Trading's free lunch deal is a pretty good idea, isn't it?
yeah. Hey, Takeuchi-san, why do you work at the harbor?
Well, you see, the company I worked for went out of business.
Really?
My kids are still real little, so I have to support them.
That's a tough break. Hey, Tsuyoshi.
Hey,
He
Ro,
knows all
how's
of them.
work?
It's okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but at least we've got the race to look forward to.
You're right.
See? It gives them something to be
Kono-san.
happy about, the races.
What's up?
When did you start this job?
Not so long ago. It's harder than I thought, so I don't know how long I'll last.
I see.
I see. Depressing. So, I'm going to ask one of the guards that just stands watch to see if they've seen anything in regards to the Mad Angels. Not anyone who's moving, because like I've said before, anyone who runs around and isn't moving is pretty in a rush to get where they want to go. So Bazagi says, I hope they show his trip to Hong Kong,
Yes.
which is
Can I help
interesting.
you?
That's chapter 2.
I want to ask you about the Mad Angels.
And
I'm
I hope
sorry,
so too. It would be
but you
pretty
see,
interesting to see.
I'm new here, so I've been warned by my superiors to not get involved with them.
If you do know anything about them, please tell me.
Well, just between you and me, a group of guards who had a dispute with them were attacked by those thugs. A few of them ended up in the hospital. I really don't think you should get involved with them.
Okay, you told me nothing. How about I go towards... Again, I think this is because we need to wait for an event that'll happen while I'm working, and there's really not much that's going to take place. But I still want to uncover different questions that could potentially happen in this game. Alright, definitely not this section. I need to go for the higher numbers. So I find it interesting that Rio mentioned that, again, he's got no family. So it's no cousins, no aunts or uncles. It's just him. He sees himself alone in the world. And sure, he's got Fukana-san. He's got he's got, you know, his caregiver. I forget her name all the time, and I used to say it so much. But he's got a couple of people to go home to, which is nice, but he doesn't really see himself connected to them as he did, as he was connected with his
Do you know
father.
anything about the Mad Angels?
The Mad Angels? You shouldn't get yourself involved in weird stuff, or you might get hurt.
Alright.
Is there anything else you're gonna say? Nope. Let's see if this guard will say anything, which I doubt.
I have something to ask you.
Sorry, ask another security guard.
Yep.
I see.
One thing that I told you about is that any character that's walking will usually not waste their time in talking to you. They want to get to where they're going, and that's it. But what's interesting is that in the sequel, spoiler alert if you don't know this already, in the sequel of Shenmue, the people who walk around are extremely helpful
I want to ask you something
to help
about
you
the Mad
find
Angels.
where you
Why
need to
are you
go
asking
next.
me?
I'm just looking for someone.
I don't think you should go near them. They're not pleasant people.
Do you know anything else?
No, I don't. Everybody in the harbor pretends they don't exist.
I see.
But it's not even safe enough to walk by yourself around here. Can you stop talking about them?
Yes.
Nobody even wants to mention their name, the Mad Angels around here, even though they pretty much have their own little corner that's spray painted with their logo. And that's what's interesting, is that they make themselves very present, but at the same time not discussed. You can't talk about the Mad Angels, you can't mention their name. It's just a big no-no.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Ask me again some other time.
Again, they don't want to bother with you. Well, let me see if this fisherman has anything to say.
Yes?
Do you know anything about the Mad Angels?
I know who you mean.
Do you know anything about them?
Sure, that they're real annoying jerks. I sometimes see them dumping these large sacks into the sea. It scares away the fish, you know?
I see. Excuse me.
Huh?
Do you know
Oops, I
anything
talked
about
to
the
him
Mad
again.
Angels?
Those harbor thugs, right?
Do you know anything about them?
Sure,
Do you know anything about them?
that they're real annoying
And
jerks.
he always says the
I
same thing.
sometimes see them dumping these
I'd want
large
to
sacks into the sea.
cut him off if I
It
could,
scares
but
away the fish, you know?
I see.
probably could. I just didn't. I don't know why. So let's see what this guy's doing.
What?
Not
Do you know
you.
anything about the Mad?
The Mad Angels? Oh,
The
them?
real annoying jerks,
Do you know
maybe?
anything about them?
Sure, that they're real annoying jerks.
They
I
could have gotten
sometimes
another
see them
voice
dumping
actor
these
to
large
do
sacks
this,
into
but
the
nope.
sea.
Let's
It
get
scares away
these
the
two
fish,
characters
you know?
who look pretty
I
much
see.
the same to say the same thing. And now I gotta
Back to
go
work.
back to work. Great. Wasted my
Warehouse
time
number
with those
3.
jerks.
Okay.
Back to carrying crates. And I suspect that we will eventually meet up with those guys again. Now, if you don't know or didn't see the stream yesterday, when I was carrying crates, the Mad Angels jumped me or tried to attack some friends, and then they try to jump me and get me to either pay a ransom or something like that. But me being the ever talented fighter that I am, or as Ryo Hazuki, I quickly finished them. Or not. I barely made it out alive in that case. But I will tell you this much: it is exhilarating to actually play this game and actually take part in the fight scenes, because it's so rare that you actually get in a fight. So it makes it feel good when you actually get to pick up the controller and say, "Hey, yes, I'm actually gonna get into a fight." But at the same time, it's almost ingenious that they made fights rare for two reasons. One, the fighting isn't perfect. It's based on the Virtua Fighter engine, Sega's Virtua Fighter, so it is classic. However, it's not perfect. Virtua Fighter was designed to be a one-on-one fighting game, and Shenmue in itself, you deal with multiple thugs. So using that engine to play this game is a bit clunky especially when you're fighting multiple opponents, but because it doesn't happen so much, it feels great, refreshing, action, nerve biting, like tension building. Because what if you lose? Will you actually get another chance to fight the same thugs again, or will the story just progress with you losing? And that's the interesting part, because then you don't want to win. I mean, you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose that opportunity to actually experience the story where you actually taught them a lesson, instead of, getting your butt kicked and then being taken home. Like, there was a fight earlier in the story that I played where I was fighting Chai and I lost. It's possible to beat him, but I didn't. And the game didn't let me play that again. It just had Fukana-san say, "Oh my gosh," and then he took me home as I got my butt kicked, which is kind of sad, So that's what makes fights that much more interesting, is because they're tough, they're rare, but it's also like, will I get another chance if I lose? So it's not like infinite tries. It's, if you lose, you lose, and the story goes on. And in the story, you're a loser. And that's kind of like even more nerve-wracking. But the other thing too is that because fights are so rare, you're going to be rusty. Unless you've played this game a heck of a lot, you're going to be somewhat rusty when it comes to fights. Even if you train a lot, when a fight comes on and you're getting jumped by a large amount of thugs, especially near the end, you don't know if you've trained enough or had enough practice to be able to defeat them. And because you're not fighting constantly, you can't pretty much get a pattern going, or it's a little harder to get a pattern going to be able to beat them. Whereas where other just action-based games, you can pretty much button mash and know the right combination of moves to do that'll actually take you through most of the game, and then you level up there. Here you have an insane amount of moves that you can actually learn the patterns to, And those insane amount of moves can actually be trained to be much more powerful. But you have to remember them, and you have to pull them off in very complex fights. And that's where this game, I think, was really creative on how they used their fighting engine, on how they applied the fighting engine to this type of scenario and storyline. So I think the fact that many games do not take that idea of like, don't feed them too much of the same thing type of mentality is where some games might suffer. And of course, fighting is a huge at least base, and it's hugely a part of this game's storyline, and martial arts has almost everything to do with Shenmue besides the revenge story. But it's focused so much on martial arts, yet you don't really fight, at least that much, in the multiple hours that you're playing this game. And that's kind of the beauty of it. You start to really appreciate the fights when they happen and the moves that you learned, and really value what this game does throw at you. So the different type of story elements was pretty cool. I've got a review of Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2 on my YouTube channel as well. I reviewed the HD remake when it came out. I played it and I reviewed it and I posted it on my YouTube channel, Personal Magnus. So if you want to like go check it out and see what my full analysis of this game, and I actually break down the different modes of gameplay that this game has. For example, another, I guess, mode of this game is QTE. Those little QTE events that are telling a story, but at the same time prompt you to press a button before it's too late. The way that it's implemented in this game, I think, was one of, if not the best, uses of QTE. Now, a lot of gamers don't like QTE because it's essential cutscenes where you press a button and it either goes one way or another. But the way it's presented, it at least makes those cutscenes interactive, and depending on whether you hit the buttons in time or not, can completely change how a cutscene plays out, making you a part of the story. And I think that type of gameplay is pretty creative. Maybe I needed to pick up my fork. That type of gameplay is pretty creative, and I appreciate it in the sense of like the fact that Shenmue itself started so many trends. Open world gameplay, QTEs in games. I mean, I think the next most obvious place where that type of QTE was presented was in the game God of War. And God of War did it very similar to Shenmue, but God of War did it to the next level, and they did it a lot. But they really made those cutscenes like kind of stand out, which is pretty cool. So it's nice that this game influenced Grand Theft Auto, influenced God of War, huge money-making franchises, and yet Shenmue is still trying to recoup all the money that was spent to make this game. Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. Or maybe they probably did recoup all their money by now, but at the same time, it's still sad that it doesn't get the credit that's mainstream credit. It definitely has credit, I believe, from many different sources that talk about Shenmue and review it for what it is. You know, no, it's not a forklift simulator. It's more than that. And I do think that many publishers can appreciate, then and now, have appreciated this game for what it offers and for the revolution that it started with open world gameplay. But I do also think that what's more important than a couple of reviewers enjoying a game is mainstream audience. To get mainstream audience to appreciate software, and that is the only thing that'll basically lead to a money-making opportunity. And you're not going to make money unless you can you know, appeal to the casual gamer who doesn't know anything, but somehow his friend approaches him and says, "Hey, have you ever played that game? Shenmue. Shenmue's hot. Check out Shenmue, bro. That thing is like next level." That, first of all, that should have happened in the early 2000s, and because it didn't, because people were more like, "Yo, check out PlayStation 2, bro. That's the next thing, bro. You should really check out PlayStation 2." And it wasn't, "Check out Shenmue." That was a bit of a struggle because the Dreamcast itself was having trouble at the time to be relevant and get out of the shadow of the upcoming PlayStation 2. And because of that, we had to deal with what we had to deal with, was Dreamcast going down, and because Shenmue only released on Dreamcast, it didn't have the maximum amount of players that it could have reached. And Shenmue, this original game, Shenmue, that I'm playing, for the longest time, only was on Dreamcast. So it came out on Dreamcast in 2000, November 2000 in the US, earlier for Europe and Japan. But it didn't get re-released so that new gamers could actually appreciate it outside of a Sega console until 2018. Basically, almost 18 years later, it took for Sega to say, "Yeah, I think it's worth a port." Thanks, Sega. But to be honest, it makes sense because the only reason that Sega ported the game was because Shenmue 3 was going to happen, and they can make that money. Because if they're not going to make money off of their work, then there's no reason to port the game. And I don't see any cutscenes happening here. Maybe I need to go this way? No. I'm going back this way. Hold on a second. I go that way, then I go, yeah. Wait, hold on a second. Did I go the wrong way? It's that way. Drop it off. Alright, no, I went the right way, but quitting time. I think I meant quota.
Okay, good job. Here's today's pay.
Thanks.
You met quota, son. So starting tomorrow, you'll get a 50 yen raise. That'll be 400 yen per crate.
Thank you.
Imagine having a job that as long as you met a
very much.
daily quota, you get a raise. Now, he started with 300 yen per day. So then he ended up getting 350. So 50, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. That's like a 7% raise per day or something, or maybe a little bit more. You can correct my math in that if you want. That's nuts. Okay, so Master Chen and the Mad Angels are rivals. I'm going to see if... I'm going to walk around a little bit, but I'm going to see if I should go visit Master Chen again and actually get, you know, some information from either Master Chen or Guizan. So let's dial up the number once again. Walking in. Old school phone. Man, I don't see payphones anywhere anymore, which is kind of sad, but it's relevant because, I mean, try finding someone without a cell phone in modern society. So 0468 61 5 6 4, and it should be 7, but we'll just end it with... It still kind of bugs me that they don't have that last number.
Hello?
Mother's Earth.
Comrades.
Comrades.
Father's Heaven.
9 dragons.
9 dragons.
Warehouse number 8.
Master Chen, please.
Excuse me, but you are...
My name is Hazuki.
Just a moment. What is it?
Yeah. I must consult Master Chen. Arrange us a meeting.
Father's not around.
Well, could you meet me? I need to talk.
Come if you must.
Come if you must. Again, I thought I should have actually had a cutscene play out, but I didn't get a cutscene to play out while actually working the docks. So I'm almost wondering, did something happen, or
Hey,
is the
mister.
cutscene supposed to happen now?
Oh, it's you, youngin'. You been training?
Yeah.
That's great. Now then, I can show you how to use it.
Or not?
Use it. The shadow step move?
It's rather hard to do, so I'll only do it once, so pay attention. Before, I just showed you how to slide behind your opponent. Once you're behind your opponent, strike the back of the neck. An unprotected neck's weaker than you'd expect.
Ain't that the
An
truth?
accurate strike
Watch your
can
neck.
paralyze. Strike just after sliding past your opponent. If you practice, you'll get it.
I understand. Thank you.
Throw move Shadow Blade has been mastered. Thanks, bro. Where was I going? This way. I don't know if that was the cutscene I was looking for, but cutscene's a cutscene. I thought that maybe I needed to have a cutscene while working the docks like I did yesterday,
Hey, you!
but that wasn't working.
Excuse me. I need to meet Master Chen.
What's your name?
Ryo Hazuki.
I've been expecting you, sir. Please, go on in.
What's also frustrating is that you can't go inside the old warehouse district unless you have permission. Even though that guard knows you, he still asks you every day, "What's your name? Dude, you saw me here yesterday. What's your name?" Come on, man. Don't you recognize me? Alright, Master Chen is not here. Guizong. Guizong. There he is. He's just hanging out in the old warehouse.
Guizan.
Oh, you again? The Mad Angels? Have you tried asking the sailors over there?
Them?
Some of them have something to do with the Mad Angels.
The sailors.
Is that
About
it?
Those sailors?
Go ask them yourself. I don't think you have time to play around here. Get moving.
See you.
Alright, so once again, we're looking for sailors. Which should have been his first hint. But at least I got some information from him today. Whereas yesterday, we didn't really get much besides him reading his reading a scroll that you captured. Am I lost? No, I'm not lost. I'm out of here. Now let's look for some sailors. Tom, ever reliable.
Tom,
Hi, Ryo.
I've got something to ask you. Do you know anything about the Mad Angels?
Ryo? You in trouble with them?
Nope. I'm just trying to find out about them.
No, man. Do not go and get mixed up with them. They're killers.
Gee, thanks, guy.
Huh?
I like how he moves his hands like, are you gonna
I'd
attack
like
me?
to ask you about the Mad Angels.
I don't know about them, so go ask someone else.
I see.
Where are their sailors? We're in a dock. We see fishermen. We see people who work here. But I don't see any sailors. It's just people who work at the docks. Goro, who just paces around here. But I need some sailors. You see any
I want to ask
sailors?
you about the Mad Angels.
Let's not talk about them. Stay away from them, Dio.
Alright. About the Mad Angels?
Why is it you're always asking about them? Are they messing with you?
Huh?
Nah, never mind.
It's now 7 o'clock. That's how I know what time it is, because it plays this cutscene that we always get. You look like... No, you're a fisherman. I was gonna say, you look like a sailor. Now, at night, if anything, after 7 p.m. is probably where we would get a cutscene if we didn't get one normally. Damn. He looks like he's about to do what he needs to do to get what he needs to do done. And the Mad Angels. Come on, I'm going to the Mad Angels lair. You got anything you want to say? Or you're in a rush?
What the hell you want?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the Mad Angels?
Don't get me involved in shit like that.
Damn.
I don't know nothing.
I wonder what they paid the voice actor to get him to be so mad and say, you're gonna say this line and sound really, really pissed. I don't see any sailors, even though I see boats. I see the Mad Angels logo, but I don't see Mad Angels.
Hey, you!
And I'm
No
getting
entry
yelled
without
at.
authorization. Get out of here!
Get out of here, you little boy. Get out of here. No. Again, let's run around to see if we can see another cutscene. And before I move on, I do want to say that oh wait, that's the guy who just cursed us out. I do want to say that Shenmue 1, one of the reasons why I am not as familiar with this, like it's still kind of like new to me, like where do I go or what do I do next? I don't think I've done that bad, and I appreciate you guys hanging on. But one of the things about this game that is different for me is that it wasn't my favorite Shenmue. Not by a long shot. And the reason is basically this aimless passage of time just to get to the next story event without having a real clue as to where you have to go or what you have to do. I mean, that was kind of the point. It's like, all right, you know, you have to do a bit of exploration, a bit of asking questions and mystery, which I didn't have too much of a problem with. More of the problem came from being at a certain place at a certain time. The fact that you have to be somewhere at a certain time, or else you miss that event and then you might have to go the entire next day. That's what really frustrated me about Shenmue 1. And though I love the story, the pacing was just...
I gotta hurry up and get home now.
I didn't like it as much as potentially the other games.
Goro,
What's grooving, bro?
you know about the Mad Angels?
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah.
Why are you shouting?
Don't you know, bro?
Why not?
Just because.
Okay, he doesn't say anything new. He's always what's grooving, bro. Let's see if he says anything
Yes.
new at this point.
Can I help you?
I want to ask you about the Mad Angels.
I'm
We're
sorry.
not getting nowhere.
but you
Yesterday
see,
we got
I'm new
assaulted
here,
by the
so
Mad Angels,
I've been warned by
and
my
today
superiors to not get involved with them.
there's
If you do know
nothing.
anything about them, please tell me.
How sad.
Well, just between you and me,
It's like they're
a
scared
group
of
of guards
us.
who had a dispute with them were attacked by those thugs. A few of them ended up in the hospital. I really don't think you
And
should
he's
get
saying the
involved
same
with them.
thing. Few of them ended up in the hospital. But no real interaction with them today. I didn't see Tom and his truck there. And this is really where the boats are, but nothing else is happening.
I need to meet Master Chen. What's your name? Ryo Hazuki.
As far as I know, Master Chen is not expecting you. I'm afraid
He's
I
so
can't let you
mean.
in.
I can't let you in. Fine. Well, I hate to say it, but I don't think anything's going to happen tonight. Unless I find some sailors somewhere, which I doubt. These guys aren't sailors. They're just in a rush.
Is now a good time?
Yeah? Huh?
Do you know anything about the Mad Angels?
The Mad Angels? Don't know them. Sorry.
It's nothing. Excuse me.
Let me ask the other guy who looks exactly like you.
Yeah?
Where you going?
Excuse me.
Can I help you?
Do you know anything about the Mad Angels?
The Mad Angels? Look here, son. Don't go trying to get me mixed up in anything. You hear?
I see.
In other words, I'm not telling you nothing. Goro, you have to go home. Pacing around is good for you, but not great for you. Where you going?
Huh? Do you know anything about the Mad Angels?
About the Mad Angels? I hear it's a gang of foreigners. Ain't too sure, though.
I see.
Many foreigners. At least he gave me something, but that's about it. Let me go one last time to their hangout spot, and if I don't find them, I might as well call it a day, because I didn't get any cutscene activated, so I might have to wait till tomorrow to get a cutscene activated, which is frustrating, because I thought that I did that path according to how I should have done it to get the story to actually progress, and it didn't. Here's that. And nothing. Alright. Well, that was a long day of nothing. I'm so sorry. Well, at least I can say that I picked up another I guess racing trophy, forklift trophy. I got number 1 and I got number 2. I just got to get all the other places. And we avoided the Mad Angels for a day, and I got a raise. Ryo Hazuki got a raise. And what did we uncover from the story? Well, nothing additional except that Ryo's pretty heartfelt and pretty sure that he
I
has
should go home.
no family. Yeah, we're going home. He has no family. He's by himself in this world. And that's why he's so determined to take out the man, Londi, who took away his only family. I mean, what would you do? What would you do if you were pretty much hoping for, you know, your life to be as good as it possibly can get, and it's you and your father, and he's older, and he's training you to be a certain way, and then out of nowhere, that happens. Boom. Father's murdered, and you're by yourself, and everything he taught you is almost like, is it even relevant? Does it even count? What is life even worth living at this point? Maybe that's part of what it is. If he doesn't have this purpose, and Goro, get behind me. If he doesn't have this purpose, what's the purpose of him living? And this is what's actually giving him drive to continue on with life. It could be in his head. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's really having a strong effect on him. So, yeah, he's got purpose, but how far will he take it? Where's it gonna go? And right now it's one of those times. Man, I swear, he's got a doppelganger. That Tom could be in two places at once. He's wherever you need him to be. Now I'm gonna go down this seedy street to see if I see any sailors, or is everything closed up? I wonder, can I go into this bar and look for sailors? Berkeley Project. See, now we just passed something that said Berkeley. If you don't know, Shenmue, while it was being developed, was actually called Project Berkeley before the name was changed to Shenmue.
You busted up the place last time. Didn't I tell you not to come back here?
Know anything about the Mad Angels?
No idea. Get the hell out. Shut your trap and disappear. How many times I gotta say it, stupid idiot? Enough.
Man, I was hoping he'd at least be able to help me. But he's like, nope, get out of here. People can be so rude. But he's just asking about the Mad Angels, and they're foreigners. We know that they're Chinese.
What is it, kid?
I need to ask you something.
Forget it! Who the hell do you think you're talking to? You frontin' with me?
Yeah, I'm
I've
fronting
got a
with
question for you.
I got nothing to say. Kiss off, twit!
Some people can be so rude. Well, let's go into Yokosuka. Looking for sailors.
Sorry to disappoint you. I'm really too sleepy now. I'm really tired.
So why are you in a bar if you're sleepy and
Saijo-san.
tired?
What's the matter?
Oh, it's nothing.
Alright, I won't ask him. That's just funny. And I'm not talking to her. And homie needs to go home. And that's what I'm gonna do. And it's a long way home. Now this is that little street's amazing because the Ueda Street leads to this rocky hill that goes uphill to Sakuragaoka. Now this has a lot of nice apartments that are just close knit together, and they're, now where am I going? I'm going the other way. They're close knit together, and they're nice.
Look at the time.
Yes, I'm running home. They're nice, but they're, you know, pretty tightly packed. And then you go up even more on this hill. And when you go up to Yamanose, the houses seem to be a little bit more laid out and spread out evenly. So this might be like the higher end district of Ueda Street. But then you go up to the top of the hill and the road ends in your house where you live. Which is like, come on, you got the biggest house in the neighborhood. And we're getting home late, so he might be in trouble.
Ryo-san, you're home.
Oh, hi, Ine-san.
I was worried because it was getting late.
Don't worry. I'll always be home by 11 o'clock.
I do not wish to nag you, but...
Yes, I understand.
I wonder why I always forget Ine-san's name, but it's nice that she worries and has a worrisome type of attitude. So let's get some training done. Hand moves, I always go straight towards improving elbow assault until it's pretty much unbeatable. But today, what did we accomplish? We accomplished a just successful day at work, asking about the Mad Angels, and finding out that they are pretty much foreigners. That they're foreigners, and that they pick on a lot of people. And now we're starting the next day of forklift racing. I'm gonna give you guys one more forklift race. I'm gonna try to get to 3rd place, because we've got the 1st place trophy, we got the 2nd place trophy. Now on this day of work, we got the 3rd place trophy. 3rd place trophy that I need to get. So I'm gonna do my best and then fall behind for the other 2 to pass me. Now, if I'm given the same job that I did yesterday, that means that I missed a cutscene while working. If I'm given a new job of like taking different crates, then that means that pretty much the story will continue. So we'll see. And on the forklift race begins, and I'm in last place again. I wonder if I've done the best or close to the best in the first couple of races, why won't they just put me in a better place? Why do I get the number 5? Or are the other guys paranoid, saying, hey, he's getting the best forklift every day because he seems to be coming close to beating us every day? That's a statement that is true. But nope, it's like, you're number 5, you're going in the back, but you know, you have the best forklift, so you're probably gonna beat everybody, which is kind of funny. But today I want to be in 3rd place, so swiftly behind forklift racer number 2. I'm gonna cut him off here a little bit, but I'll keep close to him, because I don't want him to fall too far behind, and then I can't, and then I'm like way ahead in the race. I want to stay just behind him. But I do like the fact that they have forklift racing, but I wish that the forklift racing actually had different tracks. This track is the same track every day, so it's very easy to master. Like, I am really trying not to get 1st place. After a couple of laps, I'm like, okay, this is pretty tough not to get 1st place. But I want every single capsule toy of the forklifts. I have 1 and 2, and today I'm going to get number 3. The most painful to get is the actual last place capsule toy, because it's like, I don't want to be last place. 1 more lap. I'm like pushing him again. Like, come on, you could do better. Come on. Keep up the race. Do better. But he's pretty easy to pass. The 1st place driver, though, he gets pretty far from the 2nd place guy. He's like, if you want to get 1st place, it's all the way up there. But I'm not going to head for that. I almost like trying to knock him off the road if I can. Like, trip them up. The best way to trip them up is when they're turning. Just kind of get their side, and it trips them up a little bit. But they still stay pretty pre-programmed into their path, which usually ends up knocking you around. See, I'm definitely getting that 3rd place, because he got me. But that's what I wanted. 3rd place. Race finished.
Finish! Oh man, so close. You almost had it.
At least it's not that bad. You almost had it. Here's your prize.
Thanks.
Forklift number 3.
It's time for work. Let's get cracking.
So if I'm taking carts from 18 to 3,
Today, you got to take this cargo to warehouse number 3. Here's
it's
map.
the same. It's the same path.
No problem.
So there was a cutscene that we skipped. So we got to do the same job again. How fun. But that's where I'm gonna call it today. Gonna save the game. It doesn't let me save it. Oh no, I was gonna call it. I was gonna say, sorry guys, we need to continue tomorrow, which I should do, but we'll actually do that after I do these forklift races, because I guess I gotta progress this story. But because it won't let me save, and because I went to sleep rather than saving, we're continuing. So this is an extra long episode, but maybe that's the point. I've got to make sure I do this right. So I'm actually going this way to drop off the items, because I think this will activate the cutscene. Now that I remember correctly, yes, this is the way I'm supposed to go. How fun. But can't waste a day. So going this way, and we're doing the same thing again. And like I said, it's one thing that I don't like about this series, is that they make you do these tasks, and if you don't do them exactly right, you have to repeat the day. So you'll be playing the game thinking, okay, I'm doing the same thing, and if you don't change your path, you'll think that there's a glitch with the game and that the story's not going to progress. And then you'll never know what happens at the end of Shenmue, over something as silly as, okay, you drove this way rather than taking the other way to actually drop off your containers. And I thought I was going the right way by making a left. So just so that you know, you gotta go this way in your path. And I'm absolutely sure a cutscene will happen there and the story will progress. But on the up and up side, it allowed an extra day to earn extra money, get a raise, and then progress the story with more time. So that's pretty cool. So this stream is going to go a few minutes longer than I actually planned, because I try to do it only one day at a time, and I'm only about an hour, because I know you guys got stuff to do too. But hey, it's Thanksgiving, I'm not streaming tomorrow, so we're pushing it again for more Shenmue content today. Now, what do I think is going to happen? I don't remember. I'm not too sure. But let's sum up to what Ryo's trying to do and go from there. So Ryo is trying to investigate where the Mad Angels are. Now he knows that sailors would probably know more information. He knows that it's related to foreigners. All of this information, but he still stays pretty... He doesn't ask the best questions. And my biggest complaint that I've had with Ryo's personality, now this is, you know, trying to understand the concept that, say, Ryo's a real person, is that he never asks, why is this happening? Why? He just waits for people to tell him things. Actually, I shouldn't have brought that up. I should have left it down. So, rather than waiting for people to tell him things, he should ask why. He should press on, and he has a temper, so like he does with some thugs, actually get them to spit out more information. He was doing that a lot earlier in the game, but right now he's just spotty. But is there a reason that he's so, I guess, quiet when it comes to his intentions? I think that has to do with the way he was raised, to not be too rude, to not bother people, to try to, you know, stay respectful towards your elders, which is why he'll talk, he'll interrupt, he'll ask a question, but never really answer things. Just say, I see, or never mind, because he doesn't know how to broach the subject of wanting more information and being angry about it without being disrespectful. So to avoid disrespecting someone, he'll just say, never mind, because again, it's topics that he doesn't want to discuss with elders and then press them on because he could be disrespectful. And for those who are not involved, he doesn't want them to get involved. Like Nozomi, he won't talk to Nozomi about anything. He cares for her, and it's obvious that he cares for her. But if she knows more information, she can get involved, and he worries way too much about Nozomi. So rather than hurt her with what he's doing, he just tells her, oh, nothing. And she's like, I heard you're getting into fights. And he's like, no, it's perfectly safe. He thinks he's protecting her, but what he doesn't realize is, by not telling her the information that she needs to know to not worry, she only worries more and then ends up getting involved anyway. And then that's not protecting her at all. But again, it's just how he was raised. Like, they don't need to know, keep your mouth shut and press on. And we all know that not everyone would approve of what he's doing, especially Ine-san. Ine-san found out about what he's trying to do and the reason that he wants to go to Hong Kong. Initially, Ine-san thought, oh, you want to go to Hong Kong? Oh, that's good. You could use a break after everything you've been through. But then, of course, Fuku-san just says, well, he wants to go because he's pretty much, he spilled the beans on everything. Man, I am putting things so sloppily in this room. And because he spilled the beans, Ine-san found out, but she didn't really stop him because she knows she couldn't stop him from going. He's pretty determined to stop Blondie and to go to Hong Kong. That's on his mind. That's all he feels is necessary in his life. But that's why I think that Ryo carries himself the way he does, just because to be respectful. And one thing I do like about this series, which was from a cultural standpoint, it was ahead of its time when compared to many other video games dealing with culture. This game right here, Shenmue 1, was developed by a Japanese developer, and it's set in Japan in 1987. Or 1986 and 1987. So the developer had to have familiarity. Man, I stacked that ugly, but I wanted to beat it before lunch. Developer had to have familiarity with Japan, of course, and of course they do. So this game in itself reflects a lot when it comes to Japanese culture. Taking off your shoes when going into anybody's household, respecting work hour times and lunch hours from 12 to 2, so it's 2 hours. That's pretty common in a lot of countries that are not in the US. US traditionally, for a lot of companies, it's like 1 hour, then back to work, you lazy scumbag. But my family's originally from Dominican Republic, and I frequent that country a lot. And whenever I go there, at 12 o'clock, everyone's home eating unbelievable lunch. Like, delicious lunch.
About the Mad
Lunch? Oh, I'll let him talk to her first. Sorry.
I don't know anything about them.
Again, I don't think anything's going to happen in this lunch
hour. Do you know
hour.
anyone who might know about
or
them?
Lunch 2 hours.
I can't think of anyone.
Is that so?
So, but in that lunchtime where everyone gets off at 12, everyone goes home to eat, and they eat plenty. They eat what we consider dinner, because you know how in the States, if you're from the States, dinner in the States is like a big meal. It's like a meal where everyone gets together, talks about the day, has a few drinks, and really has a good time. However, in Dominican Republic, where my family's from, that's not the purpose of lunch at all, or dinner at all. Dinner is such like a light meal that they'll just give you like plantains and maybe an egg or two and then go to sleep. And some people don't even have dinner. But lunch is a big meal with like rice and beans and other delicious salad, meat, sweet plantains, you name it. It's awesome. And it tastes so good from there. I kind of miss. I almost want to go back, but of course we gotta wait till things actually calm down a little bit. I'm just running around here seeing if I can start any story sequence, but I'm already geared to know what I need to do next, which is the path that I've been following. So anyway, in this game, when it comes to culture and items, like I said, they take off their shoes. What they eat, the food they present, how they eat it with like chopsticks, the respectfulness of bowing to show respect for your fellow maybe superiors or your fellow citizens here is pretty common.
Sorry, but I'm working now.
Having these
Can't
schedules,
chat with you,
having
kid.
people
Don't need my
so
supervisor,
dedicated to
bitch,
work is
Sure.
pretty well known, and it's culturally accepted in Eastern Asia. So that's pretty authentic. But this story, the series takes it even further, because going outside of their comfort zone, they go to China, and in China there's some pretty different customs and circumstances that happen in China, and clothes and the way people act that's starkly different from Japan. But developer made it not only his mission to show you Hong Kong and to show you the different places in China, but also to show you like, hey, this is how life is over there, with like their markets that they have on the streets.
Do you know anything about
It's pretty cool.
I'm sorry, but
And they're like
I
tea
don't
shops.
know. Can you ask someone else?
Sure, I'll ask someone else. I see. I think I'm gonna get a cola. So, and speaking of culture, here's another interesting thing. So, as Rio, we're going to buy a cola. So, I'm just gonna pick a drink, Jet Cola, just the regular Jet Cola. But Rio will take the can. He'll.
Yeah, a winning
Okay,
can.
he got a winning can of all things. But then he'll drink it right next to the garbage can or the recycling can. But let's say garbage can. But he won't move. He'll drink the whole thing while not moving in that one spot before he'll throw it in the trash can, or keep the can in this case. So I kept the winning can. I wonder if I could exchange that. But the point is, in Japan, that happens too, where someone will consume their food at or nearby where they got it, and then they'll throw it out in a trash receptacle, hopefully it being nearby the vending machine. Because in Japan, first of all, don't throw garbage in the streets. You just don't. That's a big no. I believe you could get fined if you do that. And unfortunately, a lot of places in the US don't follow this, and you have unfortunate citizens who litter, which is bad enough. But Japan, you litter, you're getting fined. Also, it's considered rude to eat or drink while walking. So if you're walking and eating and drinking, that it's like, obviously you're a foreigner. Now no one's going to be like, you're so rude, what are you doing? But you'll get a look or a stare like, foreigner. Had to be a foreigner. Oh, I can play darts here. I totally forgot about that. Oh, I think I'll buy.
Toy
Oh
capsules.
man, this lunch hour is not going to be
each, huh?
long enough. I think I
should
want a
buy
capsule toy. So in Japan, you have to kind of stand still. And if you do have like a piece of candy wrapper or something in your hands that you got to throw it out, good luck finding a trash receptacle. You got to comb the streets to find one, if you actually get one at all. Which is pretty
Maybe I should
pretty
get another.
pretty annoying, but that's the way it is. I think I'll buy one more. I think I'll try another. Get another car. I got a pink one.
This is cool.
This is cool. Nice. A coupe 3.
Maybe I should get another.
No. I'm done
I'll
with those
pass.
capsule toys. It's almost 2 p.m. I gotta get back to work.
Excuse me.
Yes? What is it?
Nothing, never mind. I actually want to see. I just walked away. Nothing, never mind. I'm gonna get a bag of chips. See if I can actually win a prize before it's 2
I'll take
p.m.
this,
and I
please.
gotta go back to work.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much.
Draw a prize. Say it before it's
Sure,
2.
draw a raffle ticket.
Pull it out. See if I won. The clock's ticking.
No win.
No prize. No shocker
Prize,
there.
eh?
Time
It's
to
already
go.
this late?
Yep.
Warehouse number 3. Okay.
Warehouse number 3. Alright. Yesterday might have been a total loss of a day, but it wasn't really because we got a raise, so we're making more money as the story progresses. We did an extra cart race which will allow us to get all of the forklift capsule toys, hopefully, as the story progresses. And I'm anticipating running into the Mad Angels, since we're going the right way. Come on, man. The disappearing ghost forklift driver. Now, someone told me when I posted this video on my YouTube channel that the reason that these guys disappear is because the engine, the way it was written, was that every forklift driver, every person has a very important schedule to follow in this game, and they can't be late. So if they bump into you and they're actually going to be out of time for their schedule, it could throw off that whole mindset of these characters. So what the game does is that it makes them disappear, and then they'll reappear slightly behind you so that they can still go about their day and not be too late to carry out whatever their business is for that day. So that's why they disappear and then reappear like past you. So everyone's got to be where they got to be throughout the day, which is pretty cool. Imagine having to program possibly 100, 200 characters to do specific things all day, every day. Like, you're responsible for everyone's life, from going to work to coming home to whatever it is. All right, dude, sneak out of there. I don't know why I had trouble reversing out of there. But I believe that the next event will take place at or slightly after 3 p.m. Rio's time. So it's a little bit within an hour. Or it'll be like a couple minutes our actual time. So the story will go on. Let me grab this crate. Get it aligned properly and keep going. And for everyone who's still on this stream, if you haven't followed me already, please give me a follow. That helps out this Twitch channel a lot. And if you're sticking around this long, I'd be surprised if you weren't following me already. But thank you so much. You actually make me want to continue these streams and make me want to improve as much as possible. If there's anything that you can actually, any tips that you guys can tell me to improve, that'll actually make my channel better for your viewing pleasure, I would definitely like that. I also got a couple of ideas after I'm done with the whole Shenmue series, because I really wanted to have a chance to accomplish all 3 games in a row so that I can experience the story as I remember it, since my main YouTube channel is largely on Shenmue content. So this gives me a quick refresher into the franchise, which I particularly enjoy. Also, there's a lot of things going on with the Shenmue franchise that come on, get out of there, that have been exciting, that have reawakened Shenmue and this franchise to relevance for at least those who are fans. So far we've got the 1-year anniversary of Shenmue 3 being released. So with that, Steam, since November 19th, 2020, Steam picked up the rights to actually have Shenmue 3 in their store. And I believe today is the last day to pick up Shenmue 3 with an extreme discount, which reminds me, I own Shenmue 3 for PlayStation 3, but I think I wanted to pick it up for PC as well. So tonight would be my last night to be able to get it with such a huge discount before the price goes up. So I might actually, when I'm done with this stream, go right to Steam, and maybe you guys should too if you don't already own it, and check out that massive discount that's on Shenmue 3 for PC, for Steam. So that's one thing that's going on. Another thing that's going on, which I mentioned earlier, is the Shenmue anime series that is being currently produced and will probably be released in 2021, which that's super exciting. And another thing that's going on with Shenmue is that the fact that you have the voice of Ryo Hazuki, the English actor of Ryo Hazuki, is playing Shenmue and streaming it just like I am every week on Mondays and Fridays. He's playing Shenmue and everyone's joining him. I'm there occasionally. I was there on Monday when he was streaming. I'll probably be there on Friday while he's streaming and just having a good time. So for those of you who are Shenmue fans and actually want to watch pretty much Ryo Hazuki play as Ryo Hazuki in his own game, that's your opportunity to do so. So that's awesome. And then of course we have a lot of Shenmue communities in Facebook, like Shenmue 500K. We've got a lot of Shenmue Dojo content that comes out. It's not me who produces it, but I'm really close to those guys, and I actually think that they do a great job, and they have for so long. And they help promote the series. Alright, something's going down.
Hey, look! It's Schoolboy!
You guys.
What the hell are you doing here?
Children shouldn't play around with forklifts. You might get hurt, you know. Ha!
Move it.
You heard us? You're fired. Ha! Ha! Nice taxi you got here. Take me on home, okay? Get a move on.
Whatever. It's funny how everybody just suddenly knows martial arts. One of the strange things.
Joke's on you, schoolboy.
That's it. You're mine.
It's showtime.
Here we go. We're gonna get jumped. Ugh. Boom. Ah, come on, like. This engine is so awkward to fight sometimes, because you're left defenseless. And the camera spins so often. But my elbow assault pretty much can take care of anybody. Oh snap, more guys hiding out. I did not see, I did not realize that that would happen. But, oh, come on, dude. Viable assault just destroyed that group of people. That's why I practice it so much, because it's just so quick.
Help me!
Where are the Mad Angels?
Those guys are at the back of warehouse number 17.
Number 17?
Yeah, at the back of the warehouse.
You lying?
If you don't believe me, go see for yourself.
So we got information, finally, from those sailors. They're in the back of warehouse 17. As I squeeze in these boxes, I don't know if I can fit anymore. But after work, we're going to warehouse number 17. So, one of the weird things that I find about this story, I mean, it's still cool, but the story is like, you're dealing with actual gangs, okay? And these gangs in Japan, maybe it's a thing of a sign of the times or not, but these gangs are violent. They've hurt people. They've given them cement shoes and thrown them in the river, so they've obviously done dangerous things. But if you look at all of the guys who you were fighting, none of them do anything but fight you. They don't have weapons, although some of them do actually pull out a couple of weapons, but none of them have like armed weapons. Like, they're not sporting a gun to come shoot you or anything like that. They're just, they have a knife or they have their fists, and it's like, okay, let's all beat them up. Which is, to me, is kind of a little bit like, well, what if they were armed and Rio was still on his path without anything but his fists, and they were armed with weapons and they just all rained bullets on him? Where would this kid be? And that's what always made me kind of be like worried about him. Like, in a big kid's game, it's not martial arts that's gonna, you brought a fist to a gunfight. Good luck. But if we think about it in the sense of, well, what if that fist was a Bruce Lee fist?
Finished for the day.
Right? And can Rio be compared to something like that? Then
Okay,
maybe he
good
might
job.
not have a bad
Here's
day.
today's pay.
Thanks.
You met quota, son. So starting tomorrow,
Another
you'll
raise.
get a 50 yen raise. That'll be 450 yen per crate.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, thank you very much.
Alright, so what we know is that we're gonna go to the back of warehouse number 17. Because that's where those guys hang out. And what's in the back of warehouse 17? It's basically what we've been seeing, that whole Mad Angels logo, and what we've known, but for some reason nothing would happen until we're told, oh, they hang out by their logo. Here we go.
Cut it out! You again? This time you're dead.
A lot more fights are starting to take place, so training was of the utmost importance. Now my logic when I play this game is like dodge, like back up when they start hitting you, and then hit them with an elbow assault. Some of them are too good to actually take an elbow assault, so I'll throw them like that, do a nice tackle. Come on. Uh-oh. He won. Oh no. I got my butt kicked. Alright. That's where I get nervous. I'm like, do I get another chance or am I just down for the count? But it looks like the game is going to give us another chance at taking it out. I didn't expect to lose, to be quite honest. Again, I'm trying elbow assault, but these guys are good at blocking or dodging. And then my dodging game doesn't seem to be where it's at least today. Damn it, this guy. He was just... Okay. Ah, damn. Get a little break from him before I bash him down. He must be like the leader of the Mad Angels. Couldn't rush that fight. Had to think smart.
We won't forget this.
Mark, you okay?
Again, he got no information from them.
Yeah, I'm alright. No problem. Oh,
careful. So, looking for your brother?
Yeah, my only brother. He's about your age. But now, he's probably at the bottom of the sea. Killed by the Mad Angels.
Why would the Mad Angels kill your brother?
It appears he may have leaked some important information.
Is that why they...
Probably. At least as far as I could tell, only one person was killed.
So you're not sure?
Was the guy who heard the information killed? Or my brother, the one who leaked it? Oh yeah, Dio. I heard the information was about a black market deal with some Chinese cartel.
A Chinese cartel? The Chiyu men.
The Chiyu men. And that's probably the information we needed. And this whole time, he knew. And we would ask him and he wouldn't say anything. We had to rescue him before he would tell us. Well, probably because the heightened emotions of the situations made him tell us, but at least we got some more information and we know that some sort of deal is going down with the Chiyu men, which Lan Di is a part of the Chiyu men, Chinese mafia. So I think at this point Rio can go home and continue the next day to find out more information from the Chiyu men, from everybody. So thank you for sticking over 2 days straight. I think this stream made up for the lack of a stream tomorrow because we did 2 days instead of 1, and you guys stuck in it with me. I'm actually kind of turning around here to see if there's any other cutscene that plays up, but no, nothing else plays up. We got to continue the story on the next day in Shenmue periods. So what did we learn? We learned that some sort of secret deal is about to happen. I've got plenty of time to ask. Really? Come on. It's probably because we did the story too early. So the Chiyu men are going to have a special deal, probably connected with the Mad Angels. And this special deal will probably happen soon.
Hey, mister.
here we go again.
Oh,
Always talking to
it's
him.
you. I heard about you. Here you're after the Mad Angels.
Yes.
I know you want revenge, but if something happening to you, how about the Hazuki tradition?
But
No buts, boy. If no one were left to carry on, oh, what a shame that'd be. I will show you another move.
Magnus is live. What's up, Shensun?
What's that move?
It's called the cross charge.
The cross charge.
Just at the moment you evade, slam into your opponent's side. When you's up against multiple opponents, they can all gang up on you, you know. This move is perfect for times like that.
Thank you very much.
Now, here's a very interesting question to ask. But first, Shinsun, did I pick up the complete collector's edition? No, I did not, but I think I want to. So I don't have much time to pick up the complete collector's edition. So after the stream is done, I'm definitely going to head to do that. It's almost 7 p.m. Look at how badly it's raining, and he's still walking around here. It's funny. But I will say that martial artist obviously knows Iwao Hazuki, and martial arts is very important to him, but he continues to train Ryo on martial arts. Why does he do that? And what does he know about the Hazuki tradition and how important it is? That in itself is kind of mysterious. Where is this homeless guy from? Why is he homeless? He kind of reminds me of the character from Shenmue 3, the drunken master character, which I forget his name, but it kind of reminds me of that style of character. And I think this character, that homeless guy's character, is important to the franchise because he knows more about Hazuki's past than he lets on, or Iwao Hazuki's past than he lets on. What more can we have to discover? This is another reason why I think that disc 3 in the original Dreamcast version was only or mostly content in here in the harbor, because every time you try to go back to the Shenmue to Dobuita, you ended up like, just coming back here, and they said, no, I need to investigate more, and I'm like, no, I want to actually go to the U arcade and see what's going on and see what's happening. So that's the pretty annoying part, because I actually wanted to actually play a few arcade games. Let's see if he can go home now, because I want to actually head home, because I don't think there's any more story elements that we have to uncover. Shenmue, it would be nice to get an epilogue chapter in the final game of Ryo returning to Japan. Good idea. It's actually, I believe that plenty of time to ask around. Fine. I believe that Shenmue itself, or at least the Shenmue series, will have to return to Japan. There's a lot of unanswered questions that Ryo is going to have, and I do believe that Nozomi will return to Japan from Canada and might get involved in this series in the future, particularly with Landi, which can be scary. But that's just a theory. That's not even based on any information. I just feel that it would make sense that developers, or that the story progress and takes Ryo back to Japan.
I should look around a bit more.
Okay, I should look around a bit more. To me, the day is done, so I'm going to save from right here and continue the stream tomorrow, because it actually lets me save. And actually, no, I'm not streaming tomorrow. We've done 2 days already, so I'm going to stream the next stream of this story, and the next episode, we're finally hitting episode 10 on next Tuesday. So, but until then, if you're eager for more Shenmue streaming content, you could check out Corey Marshall on Corey Marshall Voiceover Pro on twitch.tv/Corey Marshall Voiceover Pro to actually watch the voice actor of Shenmue, Ryo Hazuki, in the English version, actually play this game, which is an awesome experience. But until then, it's nice to see you guys here, that you all joined me. And I appreciate all of this support. I'm going to re-upload this to YouTube, so if you're watching off of YouTube, thank you for watching this whole video. It was super long. But definitely subscribe to my channel, Personal Magnus, and follow me on twitch.tv/Personal Magnus. And thank you for everything, but as always, you can make my day if you subscribe or follow today. This is Magnus, and I'm out. That was fun. See you later.